Welcome to this tutorial about interpreting drainage patterns. It all depends really on what the geology is, which determines what the water does on the surface. Let's take a look at this map here. You can see instantly on this map that there are lots of blue lines. These particular ones are all straight. That means they have been man-made, and this indicates that this area is full of what we call drainage channels. Drainage channels were built here because the land lies upon what we call impermeable geology, and impermeable geology basically does not absorb water. If you think of a simple diagram here, and it starts to rain onto this geology here, let's say the geology is for example a clay. The clay does not absorb the water, so the water sits on the surface, and farmers have managed this in this area by building these drainage channels where the water runs into them, so they are able to farm on the surface. This particular map I think is in the Fens in East Anglia, and it's very famous for its drainage channels. This here is a map of Oxford. Just looking at the map, we can see a number of river channels dotted around. This is a sure indication that this particular area, the land is impermeable, and it's impermeable because Oxford lies on a geology called Oxford clay. So again, the water is not particularly well absorbed into this part of Oxford, and hence there are lots of river channels, streams, tributaries flowing in this area. And it's fair to say that this particular area of Oxford is prone to flooding. Here's another map of a city. This time it's Exeter. Again, we can see a number of channels, river channels, which flow into the main river Exe, and Exeter, also like Oxford, lies upon an impermeable geology, but this time the geology is a sort of granite, and similarly to Oxford, Exeter is also prone to flooding. This map is of the Lake District. Just take a look at the map. Instantly you can see there are a number of different channels, and they're all flowing into the main river towards Buttermere, an area with lots of channels, natural river channels. It has a dense drainage pattern, and this time the geology is a granite, and that's what the Lake District is predominantly made of. And granite similarly does not absorb water, so when it rains onto the granite below, the water either sits on the surface or more likely in the Lake District, because it's hilly. If it rains onto the granite below, the water simply flows over the surface and into the river channel which is nearby. This map here is of a place called Chesham. Now just have a look at this map, because there should only be one river. Here it is. This river is the River Chess, and its source is about there. The River Chess is the only river on this map, and that is because Chesham lies in the Chilterns, and the Chilterns is an area of chalk. Chalk is permeable. That means it acts like a sponge, and that means the water is absorbed into the geology here. So if we have our chalk underneath, This time when it rains on our chalk, it is absorbed into the ground. So there is very little evidence of water on the surface, which is why in the Chilterns there are only a very small number of rivers, one of them being the River Chess.